So, game number 1 in a best of 5 qualifier, and holy crap, are they close. This map is not Nomad, literally. That's the name of the map, not Nomad. It's similar to Nomad in that you can start in a random position, but the map generation decides your TC location. So, and it also gives you a house and a dock and a villager on the shorefish at the start. So it's kind of interesting in that regard. Running's playing as the Chinese. Good Nomad Civ. And then you also have Villese here playing as the Burmese, which is also a good normal Nomad Civ. But this isn't normal Nomad, and I found this becomes a little bit more water heavy than standard Nomad. Because it's a lot more structured in terms of their builds and what's possible. When you start with the TC and the dock and everything built for you, there's not as much adjustment. But they are right next to one another here. But they'll still do the normal things where they look for the docks with the cows and the sheep. And we'll have to adjust on the fly based on that. Here's the dock here for Villese. Here's the dock here for Running. But I would say that Running's got the better Civ here. I have watched lots of games, and Chinese seem pretty insane here. Running is the underdog, though, at least based on his career, but Villese also has been way less active. In all fairness, I think Running hasn't been quite as active, at least the last few months, but Villese used to play in every tournament. Villese used to be top 10 every tournament. Villese used to be like 2,700, 2,800 elo because he would play the game a lot more. Now he's just at a measly 2,500 elo, guys. So, measly 2,500 elo. Does ranked necessarily indicate your overall skill in tournaments? I don't think so at a certain point. However, in this case, I would just say it kind of proves the point he hasn't been playing as much. So, we'll see if he's rusty and if maybe some of the transitions you need don't work out. Villese has been found. Villese does not have Loom. And wow, Villese actually noticed that. And Running would have killed that villager there. Now, this is actually pretty smart from Running. Running is going to wall in the Vill. So this prevents the villager from building a second dock, which you'll oftentimes see for water builds. It's not actually walled yet. Yeah, now it's walled in. So that villager will be trapped there. So that's still worth it for Running. And Villese can pretty much determine that the dock has to be somewhat down here, right? Because he's seen every other area of shoreline. Running obviously knows where the dock is, though. And Running is Chinese, up a villager or so. So I think he'll be liking a start here. I think Villese spotted the TC is here. I think he lost a sheep or something early. The way he's building his houses is like he has that knowledge. T90, could you repeat that? I couldn't hear you over the chickens. Dude, I cannot wait till they make the chickens quieter. Oh, man. Is someone sending... My words got balk blocked? Well, I mean, you could also say cock blocked, I suppose. I don't know if there's many roosters out there. Chickens, roosters, whatever. I think it's just going to be double dock, right? Like, double dock is the safe play. There's no guarantee you can get damage on land based on what you know. So I would say double dock for Running. Probably build the second dock here. And into galleys would be my suggestion for him. But I don't know, though. Like, Running's going to recognize that Villese is going to run away with this set if they're doing the same thing every time. Like, Villese's raw skill is just insane. So maybe you want to go for strategies that like counter it. But again, I'll be honest. I really just don't think that there is a better thing to do on this map. There's rare exceptions, but we've seen a lot of games. These players have all practiced. Everyone's going double dock galleys. And I think Running will do this. So, Running's going for a barracks. All right. Running is not going for the double dock galleys. He went up to the next stage quickly. And so he's going to switch it up. Meanwhile, Villese sending 2 vills to golds. Remember, this villager is trapped. Villager's currently trying to break out, but there's going to be another dock here. And he does know where Running is. Ooh. What? Running is taking this gold? Wow, so he actually just now encountered these houses. He did not know Villese was here. If he knew that... Like, why are we taking this gold instead of this gold? But either way. That's wild to me. If Villese can't actually see that yet. But I think running just with a mental error, I think this would be the smarter play. Maybe if you're worried about losing water, though, it's not. There also was this gold, too. Running attacking this villager for Villese. Villese will actually flee with this vill now. And see the gold is there. Which is going to be a shocker to him. He'll move his fish to the side. Running was going for a forward dock to pressure this with fires, but the fishing ships will already be over here. And now Running finds out that the TC is here. And that's not the way you want to find out. But it could be worse. T90, maybe it's a long-term plan to deny Villese of that gold. No, I don't think so, because he didn't know Villese was here. He didn't know about the line of houses. He didn't know about his TC till right now. So I think what he probably thought was like, maybe Villese is down here, and he didn't want to take this forward gold. Still kind of weird. I think sometimes you just think about something a little too late. But will Villese recognize what Running is doing here? That doesn't mean Running's going land at all. He hasn't seen an archer yet. He has villagers inside of his TC. And, he's sending them out because he wants to tower that gold. I mean, naturally. As one does. When they mine gold in front of you. Running won't see the towers going up. His archer is here right now. There's no loom for Villese. So Villese's villagers could go down. And Villese actually doesn't have the gold to go for loom. Because he got fletching. And because he was going galleys, but I think he just unqueued something and gets the gold. And there's loom now, so he can maybe head back to the gold. He can't actually tower his gold, though, because he's towering Running's gold. Running could fall back to another gold, so that might not be too bad. He can just look at his map, go to this gold. He doesn't lose a villager yet. But his fishing ships are on the move, and that's really bad. None of his fishing eco is working. That was really good stuff from Villese to immediately try and pressure the fish. And now a tower from Running. Ooh. Okay. And archers from Running, and there's some weak villagers here. Villese wanted that stone for more towers. Villese will eventually make some skirmishers, but the archers have done damage here. 2 villagers killed. 3 villagers killed, actually, I think. Or maybe there was a fishing ship killed that I missed. That's what Running needs to lean into now. You're ahead on land. Try and get onto water again. And here, Villese's micro. It's not as sharp as he would want. It's not too bad, though. It's just 1 fire. And yeah, he gets the kill. Running's fish will still be in jeopardy. And now an archer range for Villese. And Villese will hope to go for skirms. Couple skirms here, and this is kind of problem solved, but things are looking pretty cramped right now. And behind this, Running is on the golds, Running is on the berries, Running is on the stone, Running's got the deer. Running is... He's free to run. He's free to move around. Not too bad at all. Ironically, Villese now needs to take this gold. That's so funny. And now he has a couple skirps. So Running's got the edge on land. He's behind on water for now. And then Villese ahead on water, kind of behind on land. But I think it's more likely that Villese can solve the land problems than Running can solve the water problems. Running's fish still being chased down. I love this. Too many players don't wall in their towers. That's good. And I think Running needs to go for a tower here ASAP. Because that's where your opponent's taking gold right now. That's how you win this game, is you just completely deny him of the gold. The food count for Villese is insane, though. And there comes the tower from Running. And Running is on stone, so he can build more towers. Villese can't. And I don't think Villese has a lot of scouting on the other golds. He could run down here, I guess. But then the archers might spot him. Then again, the archers are getting cleared up. Can Villese be calm under pressure right now? When he's not as active in the game. A lot of any, like, calm in the face of adversity just comes down to experience. He still obviously has the experience, but Not recently. It's got 11 fishing ships, though, which is so strong. And he might actually be able to go to Castle Age without even taking gold. He could just mine stone and maybe sell some stone. Oh, is he going to rush this? Ooh, this gets interesting. He's not expecting scouts from running. Running, loses an archer. There's the scout. Will Villese bail on this, or will he stay? Will he stay, or will he go? He's staying. He's killing the archers. The tower's being repaired. There's 2 scouts here now. Plus, there's the Vills from running. I think he needs to leave. But Villese's not leaving. He's like, I'm not leaving. He's bringing his spear now for the scouts through the chaos, and the tower's down. Wow, that's really good then. Crazy commitment, very risky. But now the tower's down, and now he could maybe work his way towards his own tower. Running's going to build another one. And there's still Vills around for Villese. It's still a little sloppy. Loses another one there. And Villese needs a market right now to click up to the next stage. Because he cannot get the gold. And running his fires. And the galleys for Villese are over here. I think this is winnable for running right now. This is the worst possible feeling. Where you're 20 resources away from clicking up to the next stage. You have everything else you need. And then you need the wood for a market, and you have to wait. Just feels like so much wasted time. Fisher's still somewhat being protected. It's not the biggest navy, though. It's only a couple galleys. So if running was been able to go in with 4 fires at any point in time, he could clear all the fish. Yeah, so now I can add the flags. We got Germany for running. We got Finland for Villese. Villese's just going to tower this now. He can garrison this tower to shoot that tower down. But he lost another Vill. And he's losing another Vill. And it's really messy. He's going to lose another Vill. So not the cleanest game from running's perspective, but he's made it messy, which I think he needs to do today. And the aggression has kind of worked out a little bit. Eco's pretty similar. I think running now might use the market to try and click up to Castle Age. And now Villese is on the way up. Dang. Really crazy game. Yeah, this one kind of has turned into a nomad-esque game, honestly. Unlike the some of the other ones, because we had running with such a crazy approach here. I haven't watched running play a tournament set in a while. I'd have to look at the draft too. I'm curious on what his plans are going to be long term. But he's a really solid player. I just don't know if he's been training, what his situation is. I know in the past, he was certainly really prepared for every single event. We got villagers coming from running. I think this is just for another tower, because he can still deny the gold. So that's the plan. But then Villese wants a castle drop on running's face. He has quite a few spears and skirms here right now. Villese is still having to stabilize on water, though. Needs more galleys. Maybe should add some fires at this point, because galleys are a lot of micro when everything else is happening. Yeah, that will be a tower to deny the gold again. Spears and skirms for Villese could move to the back side. Micro ends up being just good enough for Villese, isn't it? Just to keep the fish alive. Some of the galleys are super weak. He makes it to castle. He will research Bodkin. There's a tower now from running, though, to defend the golds from the spears and skirms. Actually, could be a really strong spear and skirmisher armor. Villese is going for arson for the spears? I mean, he's Burmese, so you get the extra attack. Wasn't expecting him to click arson here. The tower for running can range some of these vills. There's now scouts, there's now archers here as well. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. But there's enough stone for Villese to build a castle. Where does he build it? I think the safe play is to delete your house and build it right next to the range. You shoot down those towers, you get your gold back, you protect the front of your base. I think a forward one right now is too risky. Running is in Castle Age. He might do something with that. The trash army killed some eco over here. And yeah, there we go. Perfect castle from Villese. You build it any more forward or defensive, it's a bad castle. But you have to wall this because there's knights here now. And the towers are still hitting. And there's weak villagers from before. I mean, it's going to go up, but running has really made a game out of this. Running loses the villager there. Running also has War Galley to try and come back on water. But the castle's up. And now your eco is not good enough to make more knights if you're running. And Arambai are actually a sick unit to take care of knights. I actually think Arambai can be good against archers too. And now the galleys can actually range this gold. Which maybe is why running didn't want to take it earlier. Running just had some tough gold decisions to make this game. This is classic though, right? Villese went from not having any gold to having 20 on a really awkward gold mine. So he needs to fix that. He still can't move this way. Running loves his monks. So running will rely on some monks in defense and still send in the occasional fire to attempt to kill fish. He kills a fishing ship. He also had killed other fishing ships while we were busy looking elsewhere. Because it was 11 at one point for Villese. He only has 5 now. I think this is doable for running. Long term, Villese doesn't really have a lot of the map. So running can keep a close eye on all these resources. Look at the vision he has from the outposts. Or I guess the tower and the houses. He really needs town watch, but running needs food right now. His food eco is horrible. And still trying the occasional fire, but don't know if he'll kill fish there or not. I like the attempt, though. Magnolia, what's up? Thank you for the 30 months. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. Siege Workshop now for Villese. Villese is going to try and solve this map control problem now and look around down here. Not really focusing on the push. Running does have a TC in a really nice spot here, though. So if Villese were to try and loop around or hit the stone, the villagers are obviously protected. And he reacts to that. Running also reacted pretty much right away. Running needs a gold. And losing water now is so painful. This feels like the right gold. He could maybe buy a TC, put it here. It's a couple skirmishers also finding Running's random villagers on the berries. Running's paying attention to his monks, doesn't see that. And yeah, Running just buys some wood, drops the TC. His eco is painful, though, for a multi-town center economy, and he's losing villagers. And it feels like maybe it's getting away from him now, and he calls the GG. I actually think it's playable from here, based on the stats that we see. Like, this game could probably go on for a little bit longer, but he can't take this gold. He can't do any damage here. This TC is just now going up to solve his gold problems, and I think Villese probably does run with this. It just felt so awkward for Running. I think he assumed that Villese probably had a much bigger villager lead. Again, when you're in the game, you're just going based on what you're experiencing. But yeah, he has no fish. He has no farms. He has 3 TCs, but no food income. Things have just fallen apart. It was a nice attempt, though, from Running. It was a nice attempt. I think against other players, he would just play water himself with Chinese. But he felt against Villese he needed to make it messy. He killed 19 economy that game, but he lost 15. And Villese got to the Arambai. Arambai are really, really strong. So, GG. Actually, let's look at how the res collected looked like. Yeah, way more on wood and food. Running was using the market to buy and sell and balance out his eco the whole game. He never really had the food eco. So, GG. So, speeding up, catching up to 9 villagers start, plus we're a little bit behind. We've got Chicken Arena. So, there are the chickens. Now, Villese's kind of been away from the scene. I don't know if Villese is aware of the chicken funnel meta right now. I imagine he probably is. But who knows? He's playing as the Burgundians. Now, having a chicken version of Arena actually hurts the Burgundians. It's harder for them to get their early eco upgrades. I don't think it hurts the humans that much. But Running has picked a very extreme civilization. This is a civilization that either dominates or gets dominated very often with no in-between. And it's very fun to watch. Because craziness ensues. Everyone's got to be aggressive. We see castle drops. We see siege pushes. All because that 2-town center boom with the humans in feudal age is so strong. So Get Down Daniel says, wait, funneling is the meta now. So, on other maps where there's chickens, if you are walling with partially built walls and you are doing all that nonsense with your scout to make it happen, there's a downside. You're not scouting and you have villager inefficiencies. But on arena, like, yes, scouting's important later, but you're normally going fast castle. So you don't need your scout for other things, really. So, yeah, for high-level players, funneling the chickens with that little trick is meta because there's no downside to not using their scout. Now, in this case, the chicken are really close to the mill. And Villese needs his eco to be as efficient as possible so he can get the early upgrades, which he already got. So I actually really like this. If you have that one villager walking around, and then, of course, you are sacrificing the scouting because your scout would not be at home. It would maybe be a little bit more awkward. But he's going fast castle. And in the typical Burgundian fast castle, you're getting horse collar, you're getting 3 or 4 farms. I found on chicken generations, you need to add an extra villager or 2 to your build. That would be the same with humans, though, too. Usually you're adding an extra villager, too, but running is up. And running has milled the chickens. Does he town center the berries here? That is very rare. Normally, you would TC here, take the wood, have the option to take the golds. But if you need the food initially... nah, I don't like a town center here. That house is then in the way. The berries take a really long time to eat. I would say a town center here makes a lot more sense, now that I think about it, but... T90, did anyone try the wall treb thing in a pro game? I haven't seen it. Well, first off, shame on you, because the example I showed in the video had me in it. So thanks for calling me a noob. But, I haven't seen it yet. I think it will become very common. I was shocked at how many people in the YouTube comments was like, this has been a thing forever, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, I've watched tens of thousands of AoE games. I've never seen it. I've never seen people doing it. Low elo, mid elo. Like, it's been a thing forever, and it's clearly very strong, but no one's been doing it. It does actually make sense. I think it's one of those things that was in, like, a deep pocket of people's brains that no one was actually thinking about using practically in games. Oh, he does town center here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not saying people were lying. I just found it surprising how many people, like, were aware of it and how I haven't really seen it. Guys, it's gonna become meta, and it's gonna be in every single Treb war. The thing is, it doesn't help against bombard cannons, so I don't think it'll be like every game, but there will be situations where it will happen, and it's gonna be nuts. But I think that'll take time. I think that'll give it a year of progression. People who don't do that strategy will lose to it or struggle against it, and then they will do it, and then that cycle will continue. So some players at the top are going to have to start it first. I agree with the takes in chat from some people. I think it's actually kind of complicated to punish the cumin boom with the Burgundians. Because they normally want to be investing in eco. They're not really set up to go crazy foot on the gas. Now, peak Villese, I would see getting the relics and just 3 TC booming and defending from whatever attacks comes in. So you might be able to just get the relics fast, get to 3 TCs, and then brace yourself against whatever pressure. So maybe that is a play. But if you're not pressuring the humans when they do this, you're going to be behind in res collected. You're going to be behind with map control at the very least in Castle Age. He went for a stable, and then he went for a market here. Interesting. I saw a couple people chatting about Villese's mining camp. It's not my favorite mining camp, but it's actually not bad. It's pretty efficient for the gold, so... And if you build the mining camp here, you block a farm space. If you build the mining camp here, you block a TC spot. So he's going to TC the other side of this. I actually think that's the ideal mining camp spot. So. Melvin, that is not a QR code. Chat, that is the logo for the event. Be respectful. It's the logo for the event. I know you all think you're funny. It is kind of funny. the first couple times is pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Villese keeping a scout inside of his base right now. And now his scout will move out, and he will add another scout. And Running is going to be looking around to see what happens, because this could be a siege workshop. This could be a barracks. There could be a lot of things coming his way. And wow, he's actually added the stable. But I don't think this is to compete for relics. I think this is just to stop a forward. Because you feel like if you stop the siege push from coming, you're going to win the game. More people need to do this with humans, is add the barracks and the stable early. Really nice build from Running. So, I don't think the details are revealed yet, guys, but I've been telling you all that I would plan to cast this from home, because the casters are not, there's no English broadcast in China for this, but the players will be going to China. And I think that's a really good plan. But apparently, according to Yo, the start time might be at like 5 GMT or something. Which for me is 1 a.m. Which I didn't realize could be a factor. So I don't know if I will be able to cast the main event of this. It also depends. I think my fiance's family is coming into town that week, so like I can't be casting into the wee hours of the night if there's people in my house trying to sleep, because I'm also very loud. So we'll see. There's also going to be Titans League, Bronze and Silver happening around that time. And I'm going to be casting a lot of that too. And I know you guys are like, what? Because I haven't talked a lot about that recently, but that's going to be coming. So there will be content for sure. Just cast the Rex the next morning. Well, for a LAN event that feels kind of lame, you know? I guess I'm not there though. We'll see. We'll see. It's a good idea. I'll let you guys know. I just wanted to set the expectation that things might be a little bit different. So Villese wants the relics. Running is even going for bloodlines right now. So Running is going crazy with the investment. Bloodlines and forging. So he does not want to allow Villese to move out at all. But Villese is going 3 TCs. He's not really moving out with that much army. I think Running is gonna it's gonna dawn on him that this is just a boom build from Villese at this point. And then Running will go to stone. But man, 9 scouts. Forging. It feels funny though. Like I actually think it's beneficial to stay in feudal age longer for a fast imp. Because then you'll have more of your economy set up and more of your economy flowing than if you were to go to Castle Age. And Forging and Bloodlines is in. Here we go. Running is running directly into the spears. He'll kill this, man. Forging, Bloodlines, it completely catches Villese off guard. The monks go down. The scouts are going to go down too. Yeah, Villese can't actually save his armies now. I think Running should just engage on it. Let's see. Yeah, he's faster than those scouts. And Villese wants to convert one. And, well, okay, he gets the kill and he moves away. T90, your fiance's family should be happy they can watch the tournament firsthand with top-notch commentary, in my humble opinion. That's funny. That's funny. Like, are you guys... Do you guys not realize you're in the presence of commentary that people pay money for? No, I mean, I don't think that they would... By the way, I don't think they would make a fuss about it. I don't think they'd have an issue with it. They'd be like, okay, it's his job. You know, there's an event happening. It is what it is. They're guests. But I think that, you know, my fiance has been like, you know, don't keep my parents up, like, if you can avoid it, you know. So we'll see. We'll see. We got farms galore from Running. He still hasn't clicked up because he produced so many scouts and got so many upgrades. But he's prevented the Burgundian player from getting relics. But it is going to be 4 TCs for Villese. But he's still 15 vills behind, man. Like, you have to commit so much and you're still behind the Cumans. And now is when running will go to stone. Usually you send a lot more Villes to stone if you're going for the fast imp approach. So I think this will actually be a 3rd and a 4th TC approach for running. And obviously he will want the relics. I don't think this is a forward castle approach. I hate these chickens. This is a time for war. This is a time for other discussions. And the chickens will not shut up, dude. They won't shut up. They're so annoying. Way more annoying than any other animal. I mean, the llamas screech at you at the start when you get in. It's like, screech! But they slow down. They stop. They settle. Chickens just do not shut up. They're running, builds the monastery in the middle. So this kind of goes against my original statement. This indicates more of a fast imp style. And he did send a lot more to stone since I said that, so he is probably still thinking about Imperial Age. But Vil count is now even. You can lower the noise and capture age for critters. Yeah, but there's no chicken volume. The volume is perfect for everything else. I feel like that's unfair to the other animals, you know? 4 TCs versus 2. Vil count growing right now for Villese. But running can bring in the relics. Mangonel will be on the way, and Villese is definitely like, what's going on out there? Obviously, so much experience. He knows this is about to get kind of intense, and he's looking. But he doesn't see anything with the outpost yet. He sees the outpost villagers from running, but nothing else. Still no castle for running. Villese angling towards himself. Stone for a castle also coming in for him. Early hand card for him. Honestly, he's still so good. He barely plays, and he's so good, man. He's even idling his TCs to get the click right now. Because he knows that running is up, because running score dipped to 200 points. I love an aggressive castle here, though. When you don't have bombard cannons, you need your trebs to be as far forward as possible. This needs to be on the wall. You have some vision here. He might want it to deny the golds and the stones here. And there it is. That's a good castle. Obviously, a slight risk if the opponent had some siege. But the siege that is being added is a little too late for Villese. Villese knows he's going to be pushed big time, getting upgrades, and is building a defensive castle, but this whole approach has broken rule number 1 of playing against the Cumans. Rule number 1, don't try and boom against them. It's just a shame because that's what the Burgundians love to do. They love to boom. Running has played this super well. Now, you can tell his eco's starting to get a little crazy. He doesn't have a lot on wood. This is classic running. He's going to have the Vil count, but the eco balance gets out of whack. He's going to maybe use the market for that, and that's fine. He obviously wants trebs. He's going Elite Step Lancer. What? Wow. I did notice he was making some Lancers, but he didn't get many upgrades. Is Elite Step Lancer the play here? Well, you can take the map control, you can drop another castle, and then you can push with trebs, maybe. Villese going for Halb, eventually wants gunpowder. Also may even go Cavalier. But Villese has the villager lead now. Mangonel. V Mangonel. Good micro from both. When are you moving in here, running? He seems a little scared to do so right now. He's got to engage before Halb. If Halb is in for Villese, that changes things. But Villese doesn't know he needs Halb right now. Villese thinks... Well, he must know, because he doesn't see ranged upgrades on the castle. Okay, he sees the Lancers now. He's backing up. He needs Halb right away. He's actually going for other upgrades. So this is definitely a surprise. Halb upgrade could be denied as well. The barracks is on the front, and there it is. And running wants another castle. He's going to drop it there. Now I want Kip check from running. Now Kip check is perfect. But he would need upgrades. But Kip check and trebs. Halb upgrade's about to hit. It's not in yet. It's not in yet. It's not in yet. The fight's being taken. It's not in yet. 10 seconds away from Halb. Running will be happy with that fight, I think. Well, I mean, he'll be happy considering it could have been worse. But I guess he still lost a lot of units, and they were gold units as well. Kind of a reset. This is where Villese should wall his Treb, by the way. This is where Running should put walls in front of his Treb. Now, it doesn't help against the Bombard Cannon, so maybe not. Humans also can't stonewall, so never mind. Never mind. Mangonel is there. Running. Do not let that Mangonel take down your trebuchets. You need an army here. You need an army here. There's also an argument to take the siege workshops. Oh, the micro from Villese. Oh, the trebuchet! The trebuchet with the clutch hit. But Castle needs to be repaired for Running. He doesn't have the stone anymore. The balance is just not there because he's playing so aggressive. It's so easy for this to happen. And now a Treb has gone down. The castle goes down. The Trebs have to back away, and Villese is held, dude. Villese is held. And now, like, you need an answer to Halb, and you needed your castle unit for that, and your castles were part of this push. And Running will run away with those Trebs, and Villese has held on. Crazy hold. Crazy hold. He's got 3 Trebs. He'll have 2 Bombard Cannons. He's got Monks always waiting. He's got Halbs always waiting. And now Running's going to do the only thing he can think of. Just get more attacks for the Lancers and try and take a crazy fight. You hope and you pray that the Lancers are insane enough to win you this game right now. Here he goes. I mean, they'll kill off Halbs. They'll absolutely kill off Halbs, but there's Lancers that get converted. Hold up. Bombard Cannons are exposed. Trebs are exposed. Running will take the Bombard Cannon. No, he doesn't. He takes the Trebs. His castle stays up. And Running's just using that extra range with the Lancers and running in each and every time. It's perfect. That's how you need to use the Lancers. Could hit and run a little bit more, but there's a lot of eco to look at. And a lot of things to fix behind this. At what point does Villese run out of gold? Is the answer now? Is he out of gold this second? Because he's coming forward to mine this one. I think he is completely out of gold. Like, there's an argument for kip checks, but there's also just an argument to take one more big fight and then win the game. So, I mean, that's crazy, though, that Villese is mining this gold right now. He's getting fletching, Running, to kill these Vills. And Running, positioning those Trebs perfectly behind the castle for a chance to take out the Bombard Cannons. So Villese really needs to have Trebs. Villese's got a good economy, though. A really nice economy, considering he's almost out of gold. He can't escape because he will be spotted by Running's outposts. Would love to see Running have ballistics and Bodkin for the castle. But it was never the plan. The plan was castles are for Trebs and nothing else. Now he needs the ranged upgrades. There's so many Halbs in queue for Villese. He actually just needs houses right now. He is building houses. He'll be up to like 60 Halbs. Lancers can't fight this. At least I don't think so. And the Trebs can't defend this for much longer either. Look at the upgrades for Villese. Ballistics, Bracer, Light Cav, Blast Furnace. He's going double Blacksmith right now behind this, guys. And the second this castle goes down, he's going to drop his own castle. And oh, he deletes his walls. He'll engage. And that's so many Halbs. That's so many Halbs. The Lancers can't get hit by the Halbs. No, Running. These are gold units against trash units, and the Lancers are just getting massacred here. A lot of Halbs do die, but the castle's gone down as well. There will be more Halbs here as well, and the Trebs also out in the open for the taking. Bam, all dead. And now Villese is free to move out of his base and drop a castle on the extra stones and on the extra golds. And he's got 35 more Halbs in queue, and Running is stuck. Humans really don't have a great option to counter Halb, if not kip check. Technically, they do get champion, but there's problems with that against the Burgundians. They do have faster producing cav archers as a bonus. So there's all things you could technically try. I think he needs to get those relics home. But for now, he's just... It's so much clicking to even think about that. So he's just trying to take engagements. And hold up. Hold up. The Lancers are taking some good fights here. Running needs to put these units on attack stance. Oh, man. The castle could be denied. There he realizes now. Like, when the Lancers stack up, they kill the Habs very quickly. And he has Blast Furnace now. He didn't have Blast Furnace before. And the castle's denied. But 80 Halbs in queue for Villese. 80. Which is insane. And he's dropping more barracks now. Might need to delete this castle, though. And he does have this gold for now. Yeah, the answer is just make more Halbs. That's what you do here. Would also be nice to squeeze in Burgundian Vineyards right now. He's going Paladin? Bro. Well, he says, why not? I mean, he's not spending his gold on much more than Halbs. Or much more than the Trebs with the Halbs, rather. Stone? Delete, 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 delete. Oh, he lost his castle. 650 stone down. And there's Burgundian Vineyard, so he will get some food income from the farms. Yeah, Runnings just said, I'm just YOLO Lancers. That's the best chance at him snowballing fights. I actually don't hate it. And because if you try and tech switch, you lose ground, you lose time. I didn't realize he didn't have a single armor upgrade until a moment ago. Did I say he gets food from farms? He gets gold and food from his farms. Shut up. I'm just making sure you're paying attention, okay? Paladin's wild, though. I would think that he would go hand cannon before. Lancers are an insane unit, guys. And you can't be fighting in chokes against them. You have to spread your units out. This is a great fight for the Lancers. There's also a Mangonel there. I think Running can do this. Look at him stack up. That should be the best case scenario for the Lancers right there. But Halbs are still shredding them. It's the killable object versus the unkillable... Oh, wait. Well, I completely brain farted there, but basically both units die. Both groups of units die very fast against the other. Sorry. I think you know where I was going with that. Villese's still almost out of gold. I wasn't trying to say unstoppable force versus immovable object. I was trying to say movable object versus stoppable force. I guess. Castle needs to go down for Villese to have a chance. Castle needs to be taken down. His villagers are getting shredded here. Still haven't seen a paladin change the game yet. Running still has stone. He'll dive in with the Lancers for the Trebs, but there's too many Halbs around. And yeah, the castle will not be repaired in time. Castle goes down. Villese is still so many Halbs. 50 Halbs and 1 paladin. But the relics are right there. So, and Running doesn't have any time to move them. He's just got to try and make units. But Villese snagging those would be huge. He should focus down the monastery first and foremost, I think. And also re-wall this so Lancers don't get in. Lancers patrol in. Obviously, they'll kill Halbs. But how many of the Lancers will go down? And Lancers cause gold. Halbs do not. Monastery relics will get ejected. So that's gold income that isn't there for Running anymore. And Running maybe needed this tech switch a long time ago. Only 3 ranges now. He's just hoping that the fights are good enough. There's a couple paladins tanking some shots in there now. And oh, man. I think Running's window is closed. I actually fully understand every single thing that Running did in this game. And I also think it's very easy from a viewer perspective to have wanted kip checks, to have wanted skirmishers earlier. But if he does any of that, he doesn't actually hold as well and take the fights and keep Villese off of these resources for as long, because he would not have sunk everything into Lancers. Like, even though the human ranges are cheaper, like, he's at the limit even in terms of the wood to spend on the buildings, right? So it's just one of those things. I think, especially as the underdog, he just went for the YOLO play. I think a lot of people in chat have died to YOLO Lancers before when you've done everything right against it. It can work. But now he's running out of steam. He's running out of time. I think Villese needs a safe move, though. He needs a castle here. This is a good raid. He's trying to get the relics in right now. But Villese is just playing so good. He's so consistent with everything that he does. He's made this look so easy. Like, I'm not going to say this is peak Villese, because I don't think this is necessarily top 10 Villese. I'd need to see a lot more games to get a feel for that. But, I mean, the quality is there. He didn't play in the first qualifier. I guess he was busy or whatever. This is a dangerous player to have in the second qualifier. And who does the winner of this series face in the next round? Is that Sebastian? I think it might be Sebastian, which Sebastian's a favorite for qualifying potentially as well. A crazy second round matchup. Yeah, this is the end for running. It was a good fight. It's a good fight. He had chances here. But Villese is snagging relics now, and Villese's pure Halb Paladin spam is simply too good. The castle there is next to the rest of the relics. And running has probably realized for a while now that he has simply run out of chances. Well played from Villese, damn. So, I want to explain the step Lancer choice for a second, right? Too often, when people try and go for the kill with forward tread pushes, they try and go for unique units as well. And so, in Running's mind, he was pretty much determined. The castles are purely for trebs to push him and kill him. So it's like, you produce the 4 to 5 trebs, the castles are in an offensive position, and your Lancers win one fight, GG. GG, it's over. Like, but Villese was just able to sit back, like, in his own base, and just kind of like, look at this position. How does someone win from this position? He's stuck in the corner. He's got no map control whatsoever. Literally one mistake, he's dead. But he out-microed ever so slightly with a Mangonel. He had the monks in there to get a couple conversions. He had just enough halbs. He had just enough production. It was like just on this tiny little line. And he was able to get the job done. So, yeah, I mean, I don't actually think Running's play was bad. I think full Lancers with the Treb push is good. I think it gave him his best potential to win the game with his opening and early imp. Now, what you could argue is he could have then gone instead for the second castle forward. You place the first castle forward, the second castle's more defensive, then you can justify kip checks, then you can mix in other armies. But when you commit like this, you got to stay committed to it, so I actually think Running played fine. Maybe missed an upgrade or two, right? Like, not having any armor probably played a role. But the kip checks, the Lancers cost a lot of food, and it never looked like he was floating res. So I think he was spending his resources as quickly as possible. Just tiny little things. Villese literally just played perfect. Yeah, no other way to say it. Okay, so scores 2-0 for the Finn. Used to call him the finisher. He's playing as the Mongols here on Bedouins. And yeah, people are thinking through ideas of things Running could have maybe done, but I just think he's playing insane. Villese is playing insane. Running's had great strategies. Running has just not been able to beat him. Running's gone for the Bengalis here. It's obviously do or die for him. And I like the Bengalis if you want to boom. I like the Bengalis if you have a corner. He does kind of have a corner here. You've got lots of shorefish on the map for food. You've got boars. You've got sheep. It's a very good fast castle map. The thing that they did with this version of Bedouins, though, is they actually made it more fish heavy. It's normally 200 food per fish. It's actually 300. Which was pointed out to me the other day, and I was like, wait, what? But actually, hold up. Now that I spoke those words, I think the OG version of Bedouins might have been the same. So maybe I'm just misinformed. Maybe it's always been like that. I think it's African clearing that's not like that, which African clearing was created because the devs didn't want to use someone else's map in ranked because they thought there probably could be some issues. So they said, let's basically do the same exact concept and theme it around Africa and call it African clearing and call it a day. So there's a lot of maps that are now base versions of DE maps that have slightly different names that were kind of inspired from some other maps, which is good. I'm actually really happy with a lot of the maps they're adding to ranked in the upcoming patch as well. So Villese is going up. I doubt he can go fast castle on this. This feels like heavy pressure. I think he knows that running is here. What he doesn't know is that running has kind of an awkward spot with his golds. If running wants to go fast castle, this gold is awkward and this gold is awkward. This one's obviously better, but still, it's not easy. Villagers that were on the fish initially over here are just taking a little bit of extra hunt for Villese. But I would expect some scouts from Villese here. I'd say scouts, and what is running doing? Where is running with this villager right now? I think running's trying to be extreme and greedy. And so I think he was looking around for an extra boar. And maybe thought there was a boar here at one point. Maybe it got taken. That villager will just come home. That vill will be fine. T90, Villese should try a low elo strat with making ships in every lake in his base. You think he should fish here? I mean, you say that, but African clearing fish booming is actually a sneaky thing I've seen before. I never actually made many videos on it, but I have actually seen people fish. Like, let's say you're walled up, right? You take all the fish from your ponds, and then you can add a dock in there and sneak fish trap with the, like, Black Forest fish boom meta, so. Galleys would be tough. Galleys would be tough. And right now they can't add docks because there's fish blocking all the angles. But running knows there's going to be pressure based on that feudal age time. Lost 2 games already. Is he still going to have hope? Or is he running out of hope right now? Getting the walls. Probably needs a stable. Okay. So this doesn't feel like a fast castle. This feels like he is going to try and just match whatever army Villese is sending forward. But he has to be careful. He doesn't have loom. Nice job, though. Immediately hits Villese's scout with a TC. I just love how relaxed Villese looks when he plays. Just the way his units are building and moving around, you can tell he has so much confidence. Like, just casually building a house wall, now a market. No loom. He's chilling, man. But you might be confused. If I saw a stable and then I saw the vills on gold, I'd be like, what, is he going to go elephants? Like battle elephants? The scout's still moving around. He'll see the scout from running now. So I think he should come to the conclusion that running is just adding some feudal age army now and not going fast castle. If that was an archery range, I think he would be more confused. Running, definitely staying in feudal, and Villese is thinking about getting to castle age. He actually sells off all of his stone. And so, yeah, maybe still worried about that Bengali fast castle with the extra vills. Villagers that were over on this side are just going to come home now to the fish. And units are going to fall back now for Villese. Doesn't have a spearman in defense. Drop some houses at the perfect time. He has no loom, by the way. And, yeah, running knows the TC is there, so running will have to be careful. Bless is just looking so smooth, man. Biggest T90 fan. Hello, welcome. Oh, goodness. Where are you going, scouts? Luckily, there's not many vills around. Running is running too close to the TC, is what he's doing. This is completely walled on the left. Running's little trip underneath the TC doesn't do anything. And Villese is going to click up to Castle Age a little bit faster, but just a little bit. And there's a lot more army for running, so... And running also should have more vills long term. He has had a lot of idle TC time here. A minute of idle TC time for running, only 24 seconds for Villese. Villese isn't even walled back here. He did get Loom, though. So what do you do from here? You're kind of cramped for space. I think Cav Archers would make sense. Oh, running is going to punish this. Running is going for a tower. Villese can't counter tower because he sold his stone. That's a really nice play. This is good from running. I actually just think he needs to chill. He needs to, like, tower, have your scouts attack this stable to break in, and then nothing else, and you're fine. But now he's, like, getting so crazy. He's got, like, 3 vills here for whatever reason. He's got these vills building the tower. He is chasing this. Does he not have stone available at all? Bro, where's the stone? I mean, his closest stone was actually here. He does not have any stone in his area of the map, now that I think about it. So he's going to take the forward stone. A boar is coming in from Villese in running season. No! No, he's too late. Villese really needed the food as well. Villese brings in a boar. Damn. That's crazy, man. And now he's walled. And now he's got an archer range. And now he's got a scout to fight this back. And now he sees these villagers are here. Things just got really crazy for running. I just feel like Villese is going to be fine with this. Like, this tower doesn't deny the gold, and it doesn't allow running to break in because running is chasing the scouts. I would have loved to see him actually attack the stable and batter this down. Now Villese says, all right, we're going to make Cav Archers, and I know your villagers are next to me. Running will drop a defensive tower on the stone. Running is up now. Yeah, the stone generation's odd. Like, I don't know. Like, if running wanted to factor stone into his build, he just couldn't. Like, I think I could be seen as a bugged map, potentially. I mean, it's definitely unfair. The thing is, on a nomad map, nobody has a main stone, so... But I'm not seeing any stone available at all for running. He's been galleys, so he might have wanted to go fast Castle Ratha, but then he had no stone even close by, so he couldn't do that. That's kind of brutal. But it also depends, what's the script like? Like, what's supposed to generate? How does it... Maybe this happens all the time. I don't know. You have to factor those things into whatever your thought process may be. He's found the stone now. He hasn't lost any villagers yet. He has lots of spears around. There will be some siege from Villese now. Villese is kind of cramped here. He's safe, but he's cramped. Counter-attacking now with pretty small AI army here. But there's a Cav Archer and there's Lancers. So actually, the Cav Archers can sit behind the golds. And the Lancers can attack the wall. And this army could break through pretty quickly here. Running has to leave. What, does running want a castle right now? So awkward to play from his position. Where does he go with these villagers right now? He just lost 2 of them. Okay, he drops off the stone. He has 649 stone! Stupid game! Stupid game. So unfair to running. Okay, he gets the stone. Now he wants a castle. I think at home is where he wants it. Can he place it? Okay, he's going to get the castle up to protect his gold. But now these vills are dead. That's kind of an issue. Hey, guys, if you don't mind, can you, like, go to the enemy base for me and sacrifice your lives for us, and then we can have a castle at home? They're like, sure. Can we enjoy the castle later? Yeah, definitely. Definitely, you can enjoy the castle later. As long as we can see the castle, we're okay with it. Yeah, it'll be fine, bro. Just come on home afterwards. We'll send you some help. Well, hey, I mean, those 2 survived. That's not too terrible. Second TC now for Villese. But the scouts will not kill any villagers. Villese is just playing near perfect. Villese knows Ratha are going to be on the way, and Villese has a 12 villager lead. He's just so clean. He won't lose this mangonel either. Not a chance. Not a chance. Never a doubt. The only thing that's weird... Oh, well, running calls GG. Yeah. Running's just like, I know I'm dead. I've only lost villagers. I haven't killed anything. My eco's a wreck. Yeah. I think the first 2 games running gave it a really good shot. This game, he was perhaps unlucky with no stone in his base or something. And Villese is just too good. Running's a great player, but Villese is just too freaking good, dude. Too freaking good. And he might qualify in this qualifier, too. He's playing that well. So, hey, go back to the start. Bengalis and Mongols definitely want stone, right? And it's a nomad start, so you don't really know what you have. But, like, this map has no stone near him. Like, the closest stone on the right side is here. The closest stone in the middle is here. And then the other closest stone on the left side is here. So, like, in my opinion, that's definitely something they should look at with the script. It might just happen on occasion. But he might have wanted a safe stone and to go for a castle early, and then he never really had that option because of the map. So, bit unlucky.